What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. The homie Lyte is back. The underground just got a little brighter. Over the weekend, he posted a picture over on his Instagram, and from my understanding, over on Facebook too. I'm not honestly super active as I should be on Facebook. I'm more active on Instagram more than anything when it comes to getting my news from underground artists and shit like that. I'm a little more active over on the Instagrams, getting a little bit more active on Twitter. I've been on Twitter for a while, but actually tweeting, retweeting, and responding to tweets, I'm getting more active with that. But the homie Lyte, he had posted, he's out of the shadows, he's brightening our worlds once again. We had this image right here that had come up. Where I actually seen it first was the homie Beneath the Dirt, man. That motherfucker is all over underground news. So that's where I saw it first, and then I headed over to the actual post. A very long one here with, I'm assuming, part of the artwork, if not the back artwork for his new album, Metamorphosis. I find it interesting that he abandoned, I wouldn't say abandoned, he went with a different name. Instead of Broke But Still Shining, we are now getting Metamorphosis. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I like that better than Broke But Still Shining. I felt like that was a little bit of a longer title. I don't know. I felt like it wasn't a correct title for his situation because, he had just released Psychopathic Monstar. So to me, it was more of a still broke but shining. Felt a little bit more appropriate. But either way, I like Metamorphosis a little bit better. And I feel like maybe he went with the name for this because he's kind of metamorphosizing a little bit. We'll talk a little bit more about that. I wanted to read this out to you real quick. I'm sure everybody has already seen this and read this. Matter of fact, I'm not going to read it to you. You guys can head over to Lyte's Instagram page, over to his Facebook page, and you can read it for yourself. But he basically was saying that he had to take some personal time for himself, and I totally understand that. I totally get that. You guys have noticed here on the channel, I've done the same thing. I've pumped the brakes several times. I've gone, all of November I wasn't very active here on YouTube, and it was like mid to late December before I finally made a video. All of March, April, parts of May, I wasn't very active. I've learned to not consume myself so much with doing this right here, and if I'm just not feeling up to it, there's no reason to come in here and force myself to make a video if I'm not feeling it. So his situation's way more different than mine is. But I get it. I understand, and I'm glad that he took that time, that he didn't burn himself out or, lose that drive or whatever you want to say. I'm just glad that he took the time to get his shit right. And now he's back, baby, and he's metamorphosizing. I think that's a beautiful name for this album, for his return. And some of the notable things I want to talk about here, looking at this track list, I'm wondering how many of these tracks were from when he was still with Psychopathic, and how many of these are, just him kind of secretly within the last couple years getting this shit going. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm super fucking excited to hear Kung Fu Vampire. I do kind of wish it wasn't. This is looking to me like a posse track. Stay in your lane. It looks like a posse track. I'm not a huge fan of posse tracks because I don't want to hear a bunch of artists. I would rather hear, one or two features on a song versus a whole bunch. I've just never been a huge fan of those posse tracks. But nonetheless, it'd be dope to hear Kung Fu Vampire with Lyte. Hopefully, that means we're going to get some Lyte on the new Kung Fu Vampire album. Black Heart Machine, that would be fucking dope. I think it needs to happen if it hasn't, or, yeah. But anyway, some of the features on here, I'm looking, I see Lazy Bone, I see Stevie Stone, and Twisted Insane. Those are the big ones that really stood out to me, that I thought was really fucking dope. Obviously, I think this is what makes me feel like a lot of these tracks were from Psychopathic days, because you have, you got Big Hoodoo on there, you got a little bit of DJ Clay, ABK. I feel like those were recorded with when he was still with Psychopathic, maybe even Ant G. I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. It seems like there's this new mentality, maybe not so much with ICP, But with a lot of the other underground artists around, like with Straight Jacket, he's been kind of vocal about how he works with everybody. He's not exclusive to just ICP. He works with Twisted. He works with M&E artists. I think we're starting to see that open back up a little bit. That's what I've been wanting this whole time when I say I want the beef to end. I'm not saying I want ICP to hash their shit out with Twisted and start working with them again. I'm saying I want them to work with people who work with Twisted. You know what I mean? Like, they should still fuck with Lyte. They should still fuck with Buckshot. Big time, they should still fuck with Buckshot. You know what I mean? So that's basically where I'm at with all that. I want to see ICP fuck with underground artists, regardless of whether they have or have not worked with Twisted, whether or not they have or have not put albums out through M&E. That should not be a factor. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely super stoked for Metamorphosis. He also, on his Instagram, and again, I'm assuming it's on his Facebook as well, had this little video clip right here of a part of one of the songs off of the album. I haven't really dissected it a whole lot and listened to it to try to figure out which one it is, but all I can say is the shit sounds fucking fire, and I can't wait. The comment that I put on there, and I don't even see it, it's buried in everybody's comments, but the comment that I put on there, it is right there, it's right there. We need this fire ASAP. Don't make us wait too much longer. And his response to that was, the wait's over, release date this week. So hopefully we don't have to wait too long to get Metamorphosis, because we've been waiting for a while for Broke But Still Shining. I don't know if they ever plan on, I don't know if Lyte ever plans on releasing an album called that. I kind of hope no. I honestly really kind of hope no. I hope that Metamorphosis is a change in direction for him. I'm curious about one other thing, though, and I kind of teased it a little bit. I didn't tease it, but I tweeted about it. But Buckshot, and I don't even remember the time frame of when this was all happening, but Buckshot had put out a tweet asking what are some artists that basically we would like to see him work with, like, as a label. You know what I mean? Like, help with merch and shit like that, and help get their name out there. It's paraphrasing like a motherfucker. It's been a while since that tweet came out, but I remember that, and I had said something about Lyte was one of them. I'm pretty sure it was me. It might have been somebody else. I don't remember. It's been a while. I've slept since then, but I'm pretty sure it was me. But I remember feeling like Lyte for sure. And a couple days later, he had tweeted something about working with an artist, and the underground is about to get darker. Or should I say brighter? And I was like, oh shit, is he trying to say like confirmed? What's up, guys? It's DC Editor Guy. So I actually just went and looked. It was actually Kung Fu Vampire that had said Lyte. And I said that I would second that, but where the fuck is he? And then when Buckshot had said that he had the new artist that he wanted to work with locked in, and he said it was going to be brighter or, you know, darker or whatever, I basically had tweeted back to him, broke but still shiny, as my way of kind of saying, oh, is it Lyte? So that's what happened. You know, memories and shit. I'm curious to see if that's what'll happen. I don't think so, because it sounds like he's going to be working with Mr. Gray to put some shit out. But who knows? Who knows? At this point in the time, really, a lot of underground artists can do shit on their own, do it solo. So I think that's probably what's going to happen, just because looking at this art right here, the only logo I see is the Monstar. And if this is the back artwork for the album, that pretty much tells me this is independent, which is absolutely A-okay with me, because I'm here to fucking support, regardless of whether you're attached to a label or not. So why do I always do that? But anyway, the homie Lyte, he is back. And Metamorphosis will get its release date announced to us later this week. I absolutely cannot fucking wait. But anyway, wanted to come on here, talk a little bit about that, and just kind of put my excitement out there. That I'm glad to see that Lyte is back. I doubt you're watching, but if you are watching Lyte, welcome back, motherfucker. Glad that you got your shit together. Well, I don't want to say get your shit together. That makes it sound like he was in a bad place. But I'm just glad that you got the time that you needed to do what you had to do. That's what I meant to say. But welcome back, my guy. I'm ready. Let's bring that fucking fire. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Leave your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys next time.